When I initially started venturing into the mountains, I noticed there wasn't any other Indigenous person or person of color out here.
Why don't we see more Indigenous people out here in the outdoors?
You're gonna have to help me with this one. I'm a pure rook at making pour over, but you know what? Tastes good. Growing up at the reserve, seeing the struggles of addictions and when it's in your family, and it was a constant of how can I help my community, you know? Looking at the access, and financially, that is a barrier and could be a barrier for some folks. And also, how does someone even start? Okay. Yeah. See this flexibility? I'm good. I should be good. I'm just nervous.
You're loaded. Just have the kind of belief that you have in us for yourself.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, oh my god. Got it. Oh. No, give me a take. Okay, climbing. On you. Okay, see, that was fine. I just over-exaggerated.
And to hear people like you who are strong and like admit that being scared is normal, that's where you make us feel comfortable enough to challenge ourselves.
I am pretty darn vulnerable and pretty darn blunt too.
Yeah, you are.
Nice, Lexi, come on. It honestly comes down to intergenerational trauma, and while other folks were venturing into the mountains, at the same time, we were put on reservations. So that was a huge divide. It's very impactful when you hear the elders that we bring out, they're like, this is amazing. And when they say that they're wishing that they had the opportunity to try something like this, you know? We are in the Horseshoe, pretty much close to town site area. My glasses on.
For that's and days.
I think that's at the Blackfoot Crossing when they had a powwow.
Getting crowned, she was princess.
Oh gosh, how old was I? When I was in the powwow princess pageants, they were like, who's your role model, you know, as a young 10-year-old. My mom, seeing her, how hardworking she was to provide for a family of 5. And even if, you know, we didn't have a lot, we made do with what we had. Did you feel like you were doing it by yourself, or like you had grandma and grandpa?
Well, they helped a lot. We're a very close family. And these are her sisters.
Well, niece.
You never give up. You know, you can't give up. You know, you just have to keep going. I'm proud of her. She's very determined to, when she says she's going to do something, she'll do it. And she's always been like that.
Jaw my knee.
They call it the powwow step.
Honestly, I loved it. I loved growing up in Siksika. I have such good memories. I have lots of bad memories as well. But, you know, I used to be so ashamed. But then now I'm like, I had the best memories on the reserve.
You know, seeing you do your thing day in, day out and being proud of that and supporting that in whatever way possible. We're just kids from the reserve.
Yeah.
Cassie made it to the mountains.
Kipäätäpioks is known as our way of life. And our way of life is understanding our universe again. Understanding the plants, the animals, the rock, everything. So when we go back to that, that's gonna make our people strong again. It's the winter weasel. The belief is this animal provides strength to an individual. The world that we live in today, you know, a barrier could be something as not having food in the fridge. A barrier could be not having that encouragement. Like with Cassie, the stuff that she's been doing, going out, encouraging people to climb up those cliff walls or rocky mountains. Well, after they do that, they could probably do anything that they put their mind to.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. Yeah. It's really fun. It was nice. I'm with my friends. Oh, yeah, it's funny, actually.
So, okay, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming here today. It's going to be an awesome hot weekend, but you know, we're going to do our best to keep cool. The guides will look out for you. Some of you have probably come here on your own as well, and you're like, you know, it's like it's intimidating, right? And it's a bit scary for sure.
I'm from Woodland Cree First Nation. I'm nervous but excited to just try something new.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to be here and to have access to these things and to kind of change my relationship with nature.
For our people, we don't believe in ownership. We don't own things. We just take care of things and we coexist. And it's embedded to our stories. Okay, the beach exists. These ones who are going to try it for the first time, well, you're probably going to fall in love with it. You know, be careful.
We want to set a really nice base of skills first before anybody's even climbing. This is called a locking carabiner, so I don't need that quite yet.
And then, so I pulled this side, and then how to check. Do you remember how to check? 5 pairs. Yeah. So 1, 4, 5, and 2 fist legs. Perfect. Like just to touch the rock. It's very weird to say this to someone that doesn't climb, and they're like, you are an interesting human to be like, oh, you feel good touching rock, you know? But it's like that connection to land. It's different to see your own people climbing mountains. It's truly medicine.
Well done. Okay. And then you would just say, hey, I'm climbing.
Stand up.
You're like living in the corner.
Awesome. Once it feels nice and tight, then you say, got.
Yeah, there you go. It's always
Awkward spot. Awkward spot.
Oh my god. Yay!
What's it like to see other people that look like you in the group?
It's really validating and kind of like tells me that like I belong in these spaces, and it's really powerful because it's like also like reconnecting me and others back to the land.
I'm proud of myself and her. Like, we were definitely scared to go up there, but I don't know. It's cool to say, like, I climbed a mountain and we did it.
Just get through it. You know, other people do this without crying. Other people are stronger than you. You don't deserve to be here. And this was the first time where I was just kind of going up, going like, okay, feet here, hand here, breathe.
I guess the question is like, what parts of you is it healing?
I don't know. I might get emotional now. You know, when you see people that are close to you struggling, I want to be there for them and help them. It's hard, but I know it'll impact someone, and hopefully when I'm an elder, someone will look back at this and see a positive. I feel like I always want to give back to my community, and I feel like that helps with healing.